or anything, but just kind of said the tone, and it sounded quite radically different from anything we've seen in Batman movies before.
I don't think I've ever worked with someone who pays attention to detail like him.
Hey, Vincent! I didn't want to do an origin tale because I felt that we had seen the origin tale done more than once. I wanted him to not have figured out how to be Batman yet, and I wanted to make him the world's greatest detective.
The killer left this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
The origin is DC, Detective Comics. Just takes us back to the core of what Batman is and what Gordon is.
Any of this mean anything to you?
I wanted him to use that phrase that is in so many of the comics, I'm vengeance, because this is a personal mission. But there is a dark side to this idea of vengeance.
Batman is very much about the psychological investigation of a character that is caught in his own moral maze.
He outmatches these people because he's fighting a stranger as if they have personally harmed him. I think in a way he's imagining that these are the people who killed his parents, like every single one of them.
It's not about black and white. It's not about good and evil. There's just so much in the gray.
Gotham is a really, really scary place. And so all of that as a world is incredibly rich for a filmmaker.
Watch it, fellas. You got the prince of the city.
There is a very rich, very protected and revered history to this character of Batman and to this world of Gotham and these criminals.
I think Matt has put all of himself into the script in this film. I think he's got a lot of him in there. I've got a lot of me in there, yet it's the Batman, it's the Riddler.
The Batman story has endured for 80 years. He doesn't have superpowers. What he has is a super heroic drive to try to make the world better.
This guy's crazy.
Everyone set?
Set.
Yours, man.
Here we go. Ready, and 3, 2, 1.
I'm your secret friend. What does a liar do when he's dead? Any of this mean anything to you?
I've been trying to reach you.
Riddler's asking for you.
Normally Batman seems to hold all the strings. The plan is entirely his, but in this, Batman's quite often on the back foot. He's still trying to figure out exactly what Batman is.
The city streets are crowded for the holiday. Even with the rain, hidden in the chaos is the elements, waiting to strike like snakes.
Bastard murders you and your reputation.
Maybe he's not who you thought.
You make it sound like he had it coming.
Seeing the Batman was probably one of those transcendent moments in his life. Without the Batman, he would never have the Riddler.
I hope you're listening. Gotham needs you.
The hell are you supposed to be?
The Riddler lends itself to allowing us to go back to the origins of the Batman, which is DC, it's Detective Comics.
I wanted to see a Batman that was challenged by these crimes, who was a little bit in a free fall.
The Riddler is more similar to him than Bruce would like to really admit. It's extremely troubling. The only difference in a lot of ways is that the Riddler follows through and his justice is fatal.
I felt that this idea of putting on masks and hiding your identity for people, that the power would come from that.
I'm just an instrument here to unmask the truth.
Unmask.
You're part of this too.
The Riddler seems to know secrets about Batman and Bruce that even Bruce didn't know. So it's a very reactive version of Batman that I don't think we usually get.